I'm Jenna Watson, and this is my final project presentation. So for the final project, I chose roller coasters, and I specifically analyzed speed and drop. So here's all my info, and here is my sample. All right. So I will just read off a couple numbers, and then I'll explain everything. So once again, here's my sample. My max was 300, number of classes 10, class width was 25. Here's lower class limit, upper class limit, and frequencies. Down here we have my mean, which was 141.25. My mode was 95. My min was 52. The first quarter, 95. Median, 139.5. Quarter 3, 189.5. Max, 300. Interquartile range, 94.5. Lower fence was negative 46.75, and upper fence was 331.25. There wasn't really any outliers. Mid-range was 176, range 248, variance 3,755.185, standard deviation 61.28, covariance 0.434. And as far as the histogram goes here, it appears to be skewed. One moment. It appears to be skewed right, and it is not bell-shaped. We have a single mode, and the measure of center relevant to the shape of my distribution appears to be the mode, with my numbers being closer to that. Let's see, and then the percentage of data beyond 2 standard deviations from the mean is just 2 of the 30, or around 7%. And this falls in line with Chebyshev's rule. All right, moving on to confidence interval. All right, again, I'll just explain a few of the numbers. So again, I've got the sample right here, and plugging that in, it gave me the lower and upper. I also had to change the sample size and confidence level. And so for me, I had to give the confidence interval for 90% with roller coasters that have a maximum drop greater than 100 feet. And so after plugging in my numbers and changing things, I was given these results, and I can conclude that I am 90% confident that the actual percentage of all roller coasters, not just the sample, with a maximum drop greater than 100 feet is between 31.97% and 55.53%. All right, moving on to the hypothesis test. All right, once again, I entered my sample, changed the sample size, and I set my significance level at 0.05. And then for my prompt, I had to test the claim that the mean maximum speed of 61 roller coasters is equal to the maximum interstate speed in North Carolina, which is 70 miles per hour. And down here we can see that it was rejected, and this is because the test statistic right here did not fall between the critical values, which were 2.045 and negative 2.045. And so basically I can say that at the alpha 0.05 level of significance, my sample provided evidence that supports the rejection of the claim that the mean speed of all 61 roller coasters is equal to the maximum interstate speed in North Carolina. All right, moving on to correlation. All right, I once more copy and pasted my samples here, and the speeds were the X values, and the drops were the Y values. And you can clearly see this in the scatter plot that I created. So we've got speed along the bottom here, and drop going up. And my questions evaluated the maximum drop at 84 miles per hour and the maximum speed at a drop of 325 feet. And the answers this yielded were 239.97 feet and 101.93 miles per hour. Of these two calculations, the first is more trustworthy, and this is just because this question is within my sample set, the answer and the speed given. But for the max speed, if the max drop equals 325 feet, I mean, as you can really clearly see in the scatter plot, you can also look at the data. I do not have any points that exceed 300. And so this answer of 101.93 miles per hour is really just speculation. And I think that covers everything. Thank you guys.